Ooh, what's up YouTube? ODST General back again with some Operation Trebuchet. So this week's news almost didn't happen, but thankfully we had a couple things from Bradster coming out and a actual release for a side mod here. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing we have from Bradster was some old stuff he concepted out for interiors on skyscrapers. Now, there is no immediate plans for this, but this is something he says he would like to get done at some point in time. So the images he showed off, we've got a few different things. We've got like a lobby of one of the buildings. You can see the elevators at one end of it. And then you've got another image of an interior of a building with a number of different things laid out inside of it. A number of different rooms he's got. Just kind of all over the place. It looks like that one's a little bit higher up inside the building. And then the final piece we have from him, in regards to his concept art at least, is like an office up on top of one of the skyscrapers, or like closer to the middle of it, that would have like big paned glass windows that you could like look out of and stuff. Unfortunately, obviously this didn't happen, and I don't know what the viability is of this or where this is on his to-do list. Obviously there's certain ARMA shenanigans you'd have to deal with in trying to get like skyscrapers to have interiors, because anything above a certain height, you start running into issues of like players running around, and then you have the issue of basically trying to get the player from one floor to the next. You know, you can't really have built-in functionality with that. I mean, you can animate elevators and stuff, but they're really wonky. So, yeah, probably a while until we see these, but personally, I would love to actually see these modeled out and realized at some point in time as a map maker. I think that would be really cool. We do have one skyscraper currently that does have some interior, but it's not really a finished model or anything. It was more of, I think, a concept or a test of the interiors and stuff, so not sure if that will be finalized ever here, or if it is, when it will be finalized. Beyond that, though, Bradster did have a couple of other things that he had worked on and he's shown off this week, which is kind of the big reason that this was getting made today, is because he actually showed off these things. I literally had like nothing to show you guys like early yesterday. So here he shared a couple of interiors for these buildings he's been working on. I'm assuming these are the farmhouse interiors, although given the size, that doesn't seem to make sense to me. These look much larger than the farmhouse, just given the perspective of where the photos have been taken. These interiors do feel very reminiscent of some of the stuff we've seen in ODST or even Reach, so pretty awesome stuff. We've got like some hallways, intersections and stuff, and then we've got some like doorways he's shown off. Pretty simple stuff, but really excellent looking models nonetheless. I assume, given the lighting, this is probably not an ARMA yet. This is probably just whatever modeling program Bradster uses. I'm not sure which program is his choice, but you know, that's probably not the final form. Unfortunately, the final form will probably look not quite as good, but still, more building interiors, skyscraper or just regular buildings, I am all for them. So then we have a bit of unofficial dev news, and unfortunately this is the last bit of news for today, but it's pretty exciting. As I said, there was a side mod release. Lackrack, as you guys may recall if you've been with us for a few weeks, was working on a couple of different projects. The one he was working on was like faces of like actual Halo characters, but the other one that was probably a lot bigger for most people was the fact that he was working on a animation pack, which is inspired by the various Halo games. That pack came out today on the ARMA Workshop with another gentleman who I meant to look up and I forgot. His name starts with a Z. The pack is a combination of poses inspired by both Halo and Star Wars. and it's a pretty neat map pack. It's under ZSL, but you guys can see the preview here in this video of the different poses. The thumbnail for this video was composed of units using those poses and stuff, so pretty awesome looking stuff. I'm pretty excited to have that in there. I know there's going to be a lot of awesome screenshots the community is putting out. They've already been putting out a bunch of stuff today, despite it just having been out for a number of hours. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys this week. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Which of those two, maybe three things, depending on how you want to count it, which of those excite you guys the most? What are you guys looking forward to hearing the most about? I know a lot of you guys are probably most excited about the Covenant. That tends to be the big one I always get people asking questions for. I will say, guys, it's supposed to be coming. Unfortunately, I haven't heard anything more than you guys at this point, at least not recently. But the devs did say they had plans to work on it after 0.18, so hopefully it's being worked on as we speak. Other than that, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video.